cross thread.
He has come out on fire. This is an outstanding performance. It truly is the fans' favorite, Monster Jam Freestyle. And on this very special collection, it's only the best runs of 2010 in freestyle competition that make their way onto your screen. So sit back and get ready for the greatest runs of 2010 in freestyle competition. And we begin with the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam circuit in a brand new facility, University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And the sports debut in Glendale brought the biggest names in the game, the best freestylers ready to do battle. Mark Schrader and I were on hand with thousands of Monster Jam fans as we got to call some of the top runs at the start of the season. The Mohawk Nation is standing and saluting, and George Belhan, as always, comes out strong. And thrilled to be joined by the rising superstar Ryan Anderson. The Monster Mud driver is going to be helping us out on commentary as well. Belhan, we've been calling him the bridesmaid, Mark.
Man, you took the words out of my mouth.
He's had a lot of seconds. He'd love to get a win. Now here's our Advanced Auto Parts Jam Cam, and that's just right in the middle of the chassis, huh?
Yeah, it's looking from, let me take a look here. Ryan, help me out here. Let's see, that's got to be on
the front of the chassis bag.
Right.
You see the limited straps there.
Yep.
Dual limited straps. You see them pop up when he gets all the way to full extension. Full length bar shot. Good sky wheelie there.
And you can see the strain on those straps when he's going through that.
Yeah, those limit straps actually keep the axle housing from falling completely out on those big sky wheelies. So that is a great part of the building process here. And George is going for the big air. He's the punk with all the junk, I love to call him. And he's going for the big air. He wants to knock Chad Fortune off of that chair. So you see the cars and the obstacles now, Ryan, they're getting knocked down a little bit. He's got to work a little bit harder. You listen to the motor, he's really working it hard.
Oh,
right
there it is, there it is. Oh,
he's in trouble.
Oh.
Come on,
Oh,
save
there
it,
it is, there it is. Go, go, go.
Keep going. Yeah.
That was great right there.
I was going to say up to this point, gentlemen, I don't think he's got enough to get Fortune out of the hot seat, but that move probably is going to do it.
Yeah, when you can put it over on the roof, get it right back on your tires and keep right on moving, never have to refire that motor, that is perpetual motion.
And now he is in bonus time. The points are still piling up.
Now it's time to turn it on. He's rolled it over. Body damage is done. It's time to demolish it.
Yeah, and he rolled it over so fast he has no body damage. He's just getting after it.
This is an outstanding run from George Belhan, who really, I would be hard-pressed, Mark, to find somebody in the last 3 or 4 years who is more improved in this game. And look at this.
His signature mark.
He's holding the steering wheel out that hatch during the donuts. The spinner wheels are spinning. The neons are on. And this place is like a flash bulb just lighting up all at once because all the fans are getting the shots of George Belhan. Here comes Dennis Anderson. Now we're just going to watch Gravedigger go for it here. Tom Mention's in position to double down. Mark and I are going to get out of the way. Ryan, you come up here. Just let Daddy go. And you, if you feel a need to encourage him, you go ahead.
He's got a fire burner right now because Tom got racing and Tom just threw down a great freestyle. So Dad's got fire burning. He's wanting to knock Tom down. Signature throttle with him. The momentum he carries is just phenomenal at all times. The old man's got it. That's all there is to it. He's staying a little conservative right now, hitting things straight, staying safe, trying to run his time out. Let's see what he should be picking it up here in just a little bit. He's shortening those gears up. He should be able to pop off the hills pretty big. Now here it's going, I guess you could say downhill now. It's time. There it is, cross thread.
Still 30 seconds left to go, Ryan. He's getting in the ballpark, but he's got to finish big if he's going to take time out.
Oh yeah, he's got to pick it up. There it is. Look at that air. That was a race lane jump. Yeah, oh, there it is. Look at that race lane jump again. Slap wheelie. He's getting ready to go big. He's got 8 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what he's got. Combo.
You know the deal. He is now in bonus time. And when Tom and Dennis get in bonus time, they are tough to beat.
Some digger donuts there. Oh, save it. Yeah, there you go, Daddy. Here goes the bus game. Let's see if Dad can take it out. No! Monster air. Look at that. Oh! Oh, he's got a tire down. Oh. Come on, go with it. Go. Oh, there goes a love tap for Tom. Now he's got to turn that one way, because if he keeps turning the opposite way, it just slows him down. There it is. Look at that. See, when he turns this way, he's not getting a good turn. Now he's off the track again. He's getting ready. Oh, man.
You can see no one is sitting down right now, Ryan. Everybody's on their feet for your dad.
Look at that tires just balling up. Oh.
By the way, the scores are in. This is bonus for the fans. He's just going on with it.
Tom Mintz is a tough competitor on the track. He's not the only one. How about old Escalade? George was packing it good tonight. Blue Thunder, Frank had it going on, man. My hats are off to all the competitors out there. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out here to Phoenix, Arizona. It's an honor to be in this brand new building. Walked the dog. Told you I was going to drive this truck in the ground. And that's what I did.
It has so many nicknames. The Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam event at the Helredome in Arnhem, Holland. Names like the greatest event in Monster Jam Europe, the crown jewel of Monster Jam Europe, the World Finals of Europe, because the biggest names come to this huge stadium with packed crowds. And again, they rocked it out in Arnhem for freestyle. Candace Jolly and the Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and look at the air. I mean, this young lady has just developed so big, so fast. And, I mean, she's a threat to win. I think George said it earlier in the show. She's a threat to win one of these big stadium freestyles.
You bet she is.
And she also, I know she doesn't like being the second girl on the list, so she wants to get one better than Medusa. And, and you know, look at that awesome slap wheelie. She's just come a long way. Hey, Frank, here's a kiss for you, buddy.
A little smooch for Donkey Kong.
There he is, the only 8-time world champ, Tom Mintz, and he comes out strong in Max D. And I've got to believe, guys, he's thrashed all week. They've fought it all week. This is just to let them all hang out. And if he makes it to 90 seconds, he's going to win.
Yeah, well, he's been broken, beat down, put up. He has just fought this thing from the time he got off the plane. And when Tom, again, he wants to fix his truck, he has got a redemption factor here that he just wants to make it happen. Oh, no. Oh, that's not going to stop him.
Yeah,
no way.
It's landed on all the wheels. I think he's going to keep going.
Yeah, if anyone's ever seen the show before, they know when Tom lands on all four, no matter where he's at, he refires and goes. And he doesn't only want to get this win for himself and his crew chief. Huge air for him and his crew chief, Brandon Lambert. But like he said earlier, all the guys that are there overseas just thrashing on that truck. He wants to give them a win so they don't feel like they did all that work for nothing. Not only them, but these great fans here in Holland.
Sweet over the double, and to just really quickly put a button on what George said. Yeah, we talk about the crew chiefs, but it's a team effort when you get over in Europe, George. Everybody has to work together. So, yeah, Brandon Lambert leads the way, but there are a lot of other folks working on that truck.
You took the words right out of my mouth. What Tom was talking about, or George was saying, was all the crew guys from all these trucks have pitched in to make this happen for him. Boy, Tom is just going to go out there and do a classic Max D. Over on the side again. Unbelievable stuff.
sorry, Candace, it's not going to be a trophy for you today. You did great, but Mentz is absolutely going ballistic.
He's burning this place down, literally. He's smoking, smoke pouring out of the truck. Tom don't care. He sees it. He can tell he's driving all around. He is giving these fans what they deserve, a great show.
MagnaFlow bonus time. Still now, he's not stopping. He's not going to stop until they're ready to bring the loader out and scoop what's left of the truck up. Then there was one, and what are you thinking, George, if you're Charlie Pauken after watching that? You're going to have to just lose your mind to win this thing.
You know what, me as a driver sitting in that truck, it just gets me amped. I get so excited. I forget where I'm at. I forget that I'm strapped in the truck. I think I'm sitting in the stands, and I'm so stoked, you know, for that driver, seeing him do something like that. And it doesn't really even come to me until after the interview, and they give me the fire up signal that oh man, I gotta follow that. That's not fun.
That was a sweet move right there by Charlie Pauken. That was incredible. Does a sky wheelie, taps down the front end and grabs a handful, a footful of throttle and wheelies off the deck.
Now Charlie is going for it. That was the most unique slap wheelie we've seen, and that air was as big as anything anybody's done. Pauken's not conceding anything to Tom Mentz.
No way. And let me remind you, this is the last show of 3 of 3. He's gonna burn it down to the ground and let it all hang out.
And if anyone can do it, it is Charlie Pauken. I always say he's the master of those wheelies like that and saves and everything. I feel that he could possibly be the best well-rounded driver there is out there. And if anyone can beat that run that Tom did, it is Chucky.
The only problem here, and you don't know, again, especially with fans here in Holland doing the judging, Mark, what they're looking for. Charlie's almost so smooth on this, and he's not matching that ragged edge, Tom.
Right, he's not in that controlled chaos, that out-of-control look. And, you know, you never know what the judge is going to say, whether they're the fans, the officials, you never know. So that's what makes it a crapshoot, makes it a lot of fun as a driver.
Yeah, and as a driver. As a driver, if you lay down a great run, it really doesn't matter. I always say it doesn't matter what my score is.
Nope.
If I have 40,000, 50,000, whatever, fans standing on their feet going crazy, if I finish first or second, I'm still stoked.
Oh, hello, Tom Mentz and Max D. What'd you think of my freestyle? I'm Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger.
If I can't outscore you, I'm going to smack you.
And Brandon Lambert, he worked so hard this weekend. All the guys in the pit area, all to give it to the fans, man. They come over here, they watch Monster Jam on TV. When it comes to their hometown, that's what they want to see. But it's the exact same thing we do in the States. We got the best names in the business, the best trucks in the business, and they got the best show in the business.
Leaving Holland, it was back across the Atlantic Ocean to one of the sport's most tradition-rich events at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. Alex Blackwell, and of course he's driving that body style that Pablo Huffaker won the 2007 World Freestyle Championship of 41 Willies, painted up sweet and called Captain's Curse.
You watch Alex come out of the box here. He's got 90 seconds in his regulation, another 30 in bonus. Now, that is a new feature we've got this year, is the crush cam. Our producers have brought that back to life, and it's great. But look at the shot here, Scott, from the back half of Alex Blackwell's Captain's Curse. Kind of cool. Look at the air. It really makes it feel much bigger there.
What you see here is you see Alex trying to pace himself. He's actually putting together a real smart, clean run right now, trying to get as much as he can out of it before he gets into bonus time, which is a smart move.
If you're joining us, those are the golden tones of one of the Blue Thunder team drivers, Frank Kremel. We'll see his teammate Lindsey Wink out here a little later, but right now it's all about Alex Blackwell. No question about it, gentlemen. This is one of the most improving stars in the sport, one of the biggest rising stars.
Alex Blackwell has been solid for the last several years in racing, in the World Finals, and in every Monster Jam he participates in. His freestyle is outstanding. He is a great driver. He's got a great piece of equipment. I've said it 1,000 times before. What makes a great driver is an excellent mechanic. That's where Alex Blackwell came from as a mechanic.
Yeah, a lot of people may not know he came from the Eradicator team, Andy Slifko's team.
Right.
Putting together a great run here. You know, the truck's working really, really good. He's using the whole floor. You know, especially this early in the field, he's hitting some things that Mark McDonald didn't hit.
I believe we're about to hit MagnaFlow bonus time, gentlemen.
And he's really putting together a solid run here, but you can tell Alex is building up for something big here. He's really working the floor to get up there, and the obstacles are so big out here, it's a pretty much wide open deal. Pick what you want and go for it.
Yeah, you know, customarily, I see Alex, he normally goes for some bigger air, and, you know, I'm hoping to see that. Maybe he's lining up here. He's going to nail it. You know, it's awesome to see Alex perform. I'd like to see him get a little bit bigger air.
From just a spectator's point of view, Mark, I like the flow. I'm not sure about the momentum. It's not that ragged edge here, you know?
Right, and there, up until now, we have not had the Alex Blackwell wow moment, and, you know, hopefully we're going to see that, and I agree with you, the flow has just been a little bit, you know, sluggish.
Yeah, he's got a good run going, but it's just missing that pop, you know, but he's keeping it going, keeping it together, not boring us by any means. I mean, he's hitting everything, but I'm just waiting for something big, and we're not getting it yet.
Let's talk to Lindsey Wink about his strategy.
So I'm going to watch the first couple trucks go out there, kind of get a game plan, see what's working out there, see what's not working. Of course, big air is always what the fans want to see. So that'll be a huge part of it. And trying to find cool combinations and pull off a slap wheel here and get some donuts there. It's kind of the plan, but I'm going to go with the flow and see how it feels out there.
This is the big truck sponsored corporately by the Ford team out of the Motor City. Of course, Lindsey drives one Blue Thunder. This guy right next to us, Frank Kreml, drives the other.
You know, Ford, you know, they've stepped up big time. Lindsey's got a brand new piece here. You notice the cradle's a little wider, the engine's a little lower. Everything about this truck, the wheelbase is longer. It's a good piece, and it's a stadium-friendly piece.
That thing really took quite the bounce on a rebound bounce. Now, that's nice here, but I think, in my opinion, Frank, you know, back me up on this if you will, they've got some issues in the rebound department of the shocks.
You know, he's got the bottom accumulators all the way around on here, which kind of limits your adjustability on the shocks. Looks like it's a little stiff out of the box here. It's probably ringing his bell a little bit, but he's not showing any signs of it.
Well, that's Lindsey Wink. That's why Ford has him in that truck. That was a nice move. He was lucky to get out of that one. He was in trouble.
Gravity was his friend there. Momentum and gravity saved him there, but look at Lindsey working some big air over this
Nice
stuff.
cross thread. The truck is, oh, he's going to, that was sweet. Boy, talk about deceleration trauma right there. Hello.
That's about as close to a dead stop as you're going to get.
This is the slap wheelie bump that he was looking to get it off of. Again, he had a rebound problem there. He wasn't able to get his foot in the throttle in time.
Gentlemen, let's talk strategy. Lindsey's about to fill with huge air.
Big air.
Now that is how you get the most you can out of the judges who have to turn their scorecards in now and then go into MagnaFlow bonus time. But here's my thought. Lindsey's doing great, but he's keeping it under control, and I almost get the feeling it's like, okay, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to rock this house, but I'm going to make sure I fill the clock.
Right.
If Tom and Dennis go off, I finish third. If they have problems, I can win this thing, and I think that's what we're looking at.
Well, absolutely, and I think that's a good strategy to have, Scott. Oh, Lindsey is comboing this thing up. He is doing fabulous. Back to his strategy, I think you may be right on that. However, I think it's very, very important to get in your first 90 seconds and make it big instead of backing out and banking on your last 30 seconds of MagnaFlow bonus time.
You know, we've brought it up before, Mark. You've got to pace yourself. But Lindsey's doing a spectacular job. He's rolling the dice just enough to give that element of risk taking, that big air there, as he accidentally runs over some cars there in the corner. You accidentally run over cars, but he did it. But Lindsey is having a great run. That Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder is burning it down.
Well, I think, no doubt, this is the best run that we've seen all night. Best donuts, really. It's a solid run. It's no doubt going to put him in the hot seat for the lead.
Yeah, if this doesn't take the lead, I'm going to publicly give out the names and phone numbers of the three judges. This is phenomenal. And the best donuts by a million miles that we've seen.
And the truck is still on 4 tires, and he's still going. So this is for the fans now.
If this is any sign of what Lindsey Wink's going to do this year, this is great. This truck looks great. He's got a great platform to start with. I think he's going to have a great score here.
This is a night for the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder team. Your winners, Lindsey Wink.
It's pretty nerve-wracking when you're watching Dennis and Tom go after, and you did with the best you can, what the truck can handle, and you know those two guys are after you. You don't want them to break because you want the fans a great show. At the same time, you want to be holding this trophy. So the cards were in my favor tonight. Tom tried. Dennis had some bad luck. He broke his hot foot off his throttle. It's one of those things, but you know, it's a new piece of machinery I got. We got a great sponsor. It's Built Ford Tough Night.
Detroit is known as one of the birthplaces of freestyle due to the great performances in the Silverdome. Now, in the state-of-the-art Ford field, the superstars of the sport brought their A-game as this sold-out house was rocking for freestyle.
My freestyle plans here in Detroit, I really don't even know. You come out of the track and the obstacles are huge, and you know, all I can really tell you is that maybe the first hit I'm going to make, and I don't even know what that is yet until I park my truck and see what I'm aimed at first, and then after that, whatever comes after the next obstacle, that's all it takes.
little bit, I think. You know, he's got a little different throttle rhythm than Dennis does, but, you know, what do you expect from, growing up in that family? I agree.
Now remember, the judges have been hard to get points out of, but so far it seems like it's been pretty fair in terms of who should have the lead. And right now, Adam is giving you a clinic in flow, in momentum, in air, into how you freestyle. He's showing people why he is already a world champion.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at that. And that's how you use the step. He stopped at the top of the step up.
And he did it. He did it pretty much, I would have to say. I'd bet on it on purpose. You know, these guys with their, what a save. What a save.
Yeah, that thing looked like it was going over, and he just effortlessly pulls it down.
He had a little luck there. He had a parking spot. I believe that would have been his own parking spot that he was heading for. So he had a little extra room there. That's great. But the throttle rhythm, the timing, if you look at the way they smack the brakes in the midair, really, these young guns today are awesome.
Look at this. This is in MagnaFlow bonus time, and it's got to be adding points for Adam Anderson and Taz.
You know, he was talking about,
oh my, and that's one of those landings. You gotta feel that. You gotta.
Oh,
wow! He rips the wheel off.
Completely rips the wheel off. That was a violent landing.
And here comes the corporately sponsored team by Ford. Lindsey Wink in the built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. Look at that. Great start. Let's go on board with Lindsey. You know, when you see this, Mark, I'm inclined to remind fans who only watched it on TV, you love the sights and sounds of a shot like that. You come out and join us live.
Live it live, baby. You coined the phrase. That is the way to do it. And we hear it all the time. They say, oh, man, we watch you guys on television all the time. But it's not. This is the first time we've ever been to a live show. It's unbelievable.
No, I know. And again, it's great. We appreciate everybody watching on speed. But when you get the chance to see it live, you got to be there because that is just an amazing leap.
Yeah, I'd call that about a 33, 35 footer. That is huge air.
Now, Lindsey so desperately wants to win with all his sponsors here. He doesn't even
He's in Detroit.
Anyway, but he's got to take Adam Anderson on. And right now, he is kind of matching him move for move.
He absolutely is.
He really is. Glad I don't have a judge's card, that's all I can see.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't have one, too, because I'd be ripping on you, too.
Judge, did you have a competition lately where the judge ripped you off?
No, I just think they're being a little bit low score.
He's filled.
Anyway.
This is the last hit. That counts on the regulation. Now we're in the MagnaFlow bonus time. Taz leads with a 26. Lindsey has got to be in the ballpark. But he's got to do something in bonus time.
Well, I'm looking for a little cross.
You know what he's doing here?
Corner to corner.
Oh, my goodness. And he comboed that.
Yeah, and he also has a whole set of shocks on the back of the truck that are no longer working.
Here's Travis Pastrana with the win.
Blue Thunder, epic night. So close in racing and crushed it literally in the freestyle. How you feeling?
I feel great. I really had to do that. When you come into your hometown with all your Detroit peeps up there watching, you know, they want you to do good, tell you good luck out there racing. You got kids telling you, I think you're going to win today. But when you got to go out there and you actually got to prove it. You got to get down to the beans of it. And Adam Anderson and I, we kind of battled it out in racing. We battled it out in freestyle. He's a great competitor, but Built for Tough Blue Thunder came through in the end.
Heading south to the Alamo Dome, deep in the heart of Texas, one of the biggest fields this side of the World Finals in Las Vegas showed up in San Antonio. And again, the place was sold out, and the fans were on fire for freestyle with this all-star lineup delivering big moves, big air, and everything the fans wanted. This is one I've been waiting to see. Carl Van Horn freestyling in Excalibur. I don't want to give my age away here, but I remember that original Excalibur truck when Charlie Pocket drove it. Of course, we're just talking about the design. It's a new piece that's underneath Carl Van Horn, but we talked about it during the racing program at length and how much the folks who followed the sport for so many years love seeing a little retro wrap, if you will, now, and the Excalibur truck just looks so sweet. But Carl Van Horn, kind of an enigma. I mean, for years, everybody will tell you top 5 talent, but he just hasn't found the right fit, or when he did, other things would come up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Carl Van Horn.
You can't teach that.
No way. He's just a natural-born driver. And, you know, hey, that thing about your age and everything else, you're just a walking plethora of information. So that's why you remember it.
Again, you look, though, if you got a bio together, we'd have to just go with the pages of the different trucks that he's done. But he did drive a Team Gravedigger truck, has appeared in the World Finals, trucks like Firemouth over the years.
Nice air.
Power Forward, one of the trucks that he drove and drove well. But man, does he look good in this Excalibur truck. And he is making a run that might get the lead. Remember, the top score is a 23 right now. Nicely done, donuts, and then right back into it without having to stop, set up, and he gives you some more big air. And that will fill regulation into MagnaFlow bonus time for the man we call CBH. This piece is really holding up well.
Well,
for it.
the teammate John Zimmer to this, and Brandon Lagarde, the team owner, they spend money on these trucks to make them hold together, make big horsepower. He's in trouble right there. Nothing can survive that.
Doesn't matter. That's the end of bonus time. Listen to this place. The reigning freestyle champion of the world, Damon Bradshaw, and the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Trying to do kind of a repeat of what he did a year ago in Las Vegas. Damon comes out with a lot of momentum and tends to start on the outside, and he's always got a plan, and he builds to bigger and bigger, and here we go. Now he's going to start airing it out. Gets the hits around the outside. Damon's going to hit everything. He never, unless the truck breaks, leaves anything out of the repertoire.
And this is where you're going to really see some big air as well, Scott, just because nice slap really there. That was on pure power right there. But the obstacles have been knocked down. The smaller ones have been knocked down so heavily that these drivers at the end of the track, at the end of the night, they have to go out there and get the big air because that's the only chance they've got to win.
Low for Damon Bradshaw. You know, Damon was progressing and progressing, but he went out and won that world championship. I think maybe sooner than some people expected last year, but he has come out of there and gives us this every time now. It's like it took his game to a new level.
His confidence level, I'm sure, had to get a great boost winning in Vegas, which he did justifiably win. That's for sure. But check this move out, Scott. You see how all 4 tires stopped in midair? That is a supercross move that they get to settle the bikes down. Now he's using it to settle a monster truck down.
Damon Bradshaw, former legend in Supercross. If you don't know his story, he retired from Supercross, about 10 years on the sidelines, and then came back, and he has gotten huge now in the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam Series, and he is taking it into MagnaFlow bonus time. There's only one way you're going to win here tonight. That's to go big for 90 and then go bigger in bonus, and Damon is doing just that.
Hang on.
But he still needs something in bonus because remember, George has got a few bonus points to go with that Escalade score.
Well, he's been going
Look
big all night before bonus. That was perfect. Down the down ramp side, grabs a slap wheelie. That counts as a combo move right there in the judges' book.
He seems almost under control, yet he's on a ragged edge. It's amazing. He's going to fill bonus. And he's going to give George a run. Could this be the run that knocks Bellhand off the top spot? Look at this. Sorry, George. I know Bellhand doesn't get out Cyclone very often, but that just happened. What a run from Damon Bradshaw. That's why he's the world champ, folks. You're seeing it.
It makes me feel good as a driver to be able to come here and be a part of the U.S. Air Force, and also to have my guys work as hard as they did to get this truck back into freestyle. They worked out there right until the last minute to get it back out here, and then for me to be able to come out and put on a show for you guys, hey, it means the world to me, and we'll be back here tomorrow doing the same thing.
Yet another state-of-the-art facility on the tour, Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. They call it the house that Tom Meents built, but it was certainly a night for great freestyle start to finish. Maximum Destruction trying to defend the home turf, and Tom Meents, Gravedigger, and all the biggest names in the game were ready to thrill yet another full house. the 2003 world champion. That was when he drove El Toro Loco, but Mark, he is now in the state-of-the-art Advanced Auto Parts grinder.
Well, and you just, exactly, he has got the best truck money can buy, the best team. Well, he did have the nicest looking truck up until a couple of seconds ago. Now he's got the side of that camper for a front bumper and a grill.
Oh, there we go.
Finally he shakes off the camper, but he has got the best truck money can buy, good looking, best equipment, and really the best driver Advanced Auto Parts sees to pilot this truck.
You know, he had such a persona. People knew him so well with El Toro Loco, and he was content. He loved it. He was willing to stay there forever. But Lupe said when he got the chance to get with the Advanced Auto Parts team, who could turn that down? You know, the title sponsor, pretty much the checkbook's laying there. Greg Johnson and Jamie Woods and the gang at Advanced Auto Parts, what we need, Lupe, let's write the check. And they've given him the best that money could buy. And now it's just a matter of this team meshing. He's got the best crew he could put together, and it's just taken a little bit to get to know each other. It's still very new as this team is gelling every week.
Well, not only that, but they're getting this truck to be exactly right, to do the big things just like that. That big air that Lupe Sosa's known for in his previous ride, now here in the grinder making a name for himself.
2003 world champion Lupe Sosa showing off his new digs as he will fill the regulation clock and take it into Magna Flow bonus time. It's kind of in no man's land there, though. Kind of got off a little bit on the side there.
A little bit. And he was smart enough to know that back out of the throttle or he was not going to get into that bonus time. He wants to get out there and get big air and get some of that bonus.
Got some big air right there, and now the bonus judge is the one scoring him. The regulation score's already being turned in. Boy, he did some damage going through that camper, didn't he?
That's cosmetic.
Yeah, body damage. There you go.
Oh, man, look at this.
You can see the 8-time world champion, Tom Meents, is on the track. Score to beat is a 28 from Lindsey Wink and the built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. Tom has already won racing at this event. Mark, what vindication this would be. Remember, when this building opened a year ago, Tom came in here amped up, and it was, instead of a night in paradise, it was a nightmare on Elm Street for this guy.
No.
Now, wait a minute, he's backing up.
Oh, I thought he was going to have a problem right there. You're talking about nightmare, and he just had to back up now. He just wanted to back up to go over that little bump to prove he can get the biggest air off of any little pebble you put out there.
All right, well, he's got ground to make up because the judges will deduct at least a little for backing up unless you're hitting an obstacle while backing up. And that wasn't the case. But with Tom, he's got plenty of time to make up for it. But again, he has to do it again here. Pulls it down with the best save.
Oh, man.
He saved it while hitting another obstacle. At this point, I don't think the judges care that he's backing up. It's rock on, young man, rock on.
Hey, I just figured something out. He saved it while he was saving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's Tom Meents. Look at that. And that was a take that, Lindsey Wink. There's some Cyclones for you, and I'm still running.
Yeah, I was the king of Cyclones. I did. Look at this nose-high air on Meents. Unbelievable.
You're not supposed to be able to land this 10,000-pound machine on its back wheels and keep rolling, but crew chief Brandon Lambert, Mark Cole, and that team have this thing tightened up, battened down, and ready for Indy. He has filled regulation, and if he can fill bonus time, our MagnaFlow bonus time clock is on. Sorry, Lindsey, don't know if you're going to hold this.
Well, as Lindsey said, my best hope with his fingers crossed was I can only hope he breaks. So far, that's not happening. He's in bonus time. He's outlasted Lindsey. He's out-aired him.
When Tom Meents brings it in, how about a little kiss for Randy Brown and a Gravedigger?
I know he's doing that on purpose.
Of course he was. Kidding me? Maximum destruction, giving these fans in Indianapolis what they came to expect, and a debt that Tom feels he owed them.
Oh, boy, hang on.
And that's how we'll wrap it up with Max D in pieces and probably another Double Down trophy for Tom Meents.
I love coming to Indianapolis. I love being at home. I love each and every one of you. I love my family. Hannah, Darcy, Colton, Jared, my dad's here tonight. Hey, Pops, woo!
Now let's head out west to beautiful San Diego, California, spacious Qualcomm Stadium. One of those facilities that the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam drivers love. So big, huge obstacles, and some of the greatest fans ready for thrilling freestyle action. Well, here it is, the speed debut in freestyle of the next generation of the greatest name in Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam. Ryan Anderson, Adam's brother, Dennis's bouncing baby boy, gets his TV debut, and he's going for it. Oh, yeah. You know, Adam's kind of made, I guess you want to say, his specialty, saving these things on two wheels. Obviously, Ryan picked up on that.
Ryan's had a lot of experience down at the shop. You know, he's been in a mud car playing since, you know, he was just a wee baby boy. You know, since he was 10, 12 years old, he's been driving a high horsepower, normally aspirated, now fuel-injected mud car. The kid's a hot driver, no doubt. That's why he's in the mud this weekend. That's his new ride.
On it again. Sounds like he's kind of going pretty easy. And of course they can. You know, you got to, I know he's, you know, all amped up and he's, you know, we know how much talent he's got. We've seen it already, but he's still got to get some seat time on these big stadiums and kind of get it working up. And I think he's playing this pretty smart. He's using his head. He didn't just come out and blast and say, I'm a bad Anderson and flop it over.
Well, and he's also said that he doesn't want anybody to think that this was just a gimme, a free one. Nice air there. That was very nice. He doesn't want anybody to think that he's just getting a free ride just because he is Dennis Anderson's son. He worked at it. He's working at it hard. He wants to make a name for himself, and that's what he wants the people to know and his fellow drivers. They don't want him, you know, he doesn't want to be thinking, hey, just a freebie.
His brother's certainly done that. His brother's already won a world championship, and actually, Ryan, if he can emerge here in the next year or two, could beat his brother's record as the youngest world champ. It's a lot of pressure, but I mean, the options
There you go.
How
Look
about
at
that?
Woo, baby, hang on.
Walking the dogs, what you call that, boys. Ryan Anderson letting everybody know he's here for real. Driving the Monster Mutt. Now, I talked earlier during Dawn's run that normally the judges are supposed to deduct a little bit if you make a reverse move without hitting anything. I'm not sure they might not waive that in these conditions.
Well, I think they should and not take anything. And another one, walking the dog on one leg at a time. That boy, he's got all four legs down, but it don't look like it when he's out there slap wheeling that old dog.
Ryan Anderson, I think the kid's got to have a smile ear to ear right now because he's just having fun. He has filled the time. He has filled the bonus time. Now he's just giving the fans extra. All the scores are in. This is just more for the fans in San Diego.
Well, I'm really impressed with his driving here. He is up there in the middle of the air grabbing these great slap wheelies. He's found the sticky spot on that track to get that traction. But really, I got to point this out real quick. He is tapping the brakes in midair, getting that truck to take a set. He has clearly been watching Big Brother.
Now, Lee obviously is a name we know. He's driven so many trucks, but now he's got his own piece. And not did he just get a piece.
Oh, man.
What bigger name here this year when Iron Man 2 is like the biggest thing in the box office. And, you know, I just got to look up there. You know, we are in SoCal. Maybe Robert Downey Jr.'s up there looking down, smiling.
Maybe he's in a box seat.
Could be. Because he's got a driver, believe me. Lee O'Donnell will air this Iron Man truck out.
And Lee has said it's the most comfortable he has been in a monster truck in his monster truck career. Now he has his own ride that he can really set up to be his own, and it's showing the way he's driving. Oh, man!
He got it. He saved it.
Like I said, he feels pretty comfortable. That truck's an extension of Lee O'Donnell's body.
Over the years, Carl Van Horn, Frank Kreml, we've seen some of these guys who can jump into anything.
Right.
Or always a replacement driver. Lee O'Donnell maybe was as good as any of them, but now with his own piece, you can really start to get a feel of how good this young man is. And the sky's the limit for Lee O'Donnell.
Absolutely it is. And I got to make a note here where we're seeing all these trucks stop and have to back up down by the safety holds down there by the dumpsters at the end of the track. That track is so tight to the very end, you can't take it away from them. It's so slippery. They don't have a lot of shutdown area for that exact purpose. And you know, I think the judges need to take that into consideration.
Well, and I think they are if you're watching the scores. I don't think they're taken away from anybody. And in the MagnaFlow bonus time goes Iron Man with some big air. Boy, Lee O'Donnell, I love the flow of this run. The momentum. And again, on this track, flow is an issue, and he's just doing it brilliantly.
Well, after all,
look at that.
Man. Look at the air.
Wow. Maybe the only Monster Jam truck that runs with its headlights on, too.
or can leave them on for this period of time. You see the air that he's getting. He's knocking that truck around big time, and the headlights are still working. Hang on, Lee.
What a run by the New Jersey boy. Former off-road star Lee O'Donnell in his brand new Ironman truck. Boy, you watch him fly like that, makes me want to go see the movie.
You bet, absolutely. And I got to tell you, he's got a small mechanical problem here in this truck. He's got a little bit of a sway bar issue. You can see how the truck is handling, and it's not affecting Lee O'Donnell at all. He is just getting after it big. Pablo Hoffaker looking to double down in the Gravedigger.
Earlier today, we asked Pablo about this freestyle.
Well, I pushed the thing right to the limit in the first 90 seconds. If that thing's still running for the last 30, I'll give her everything she's got left at that point. But, you know, I really try to push the thing for the whole time and try to score big right from the get-go.
The problem with that strategy, Mr. Hoffaker, with all due respect, since you're the man and I'm just the announcer here, is that if you do that, you will lose because you can only get up to 30 points in the 90 seconds of regulation time. You have to have bonus to win because Mark McDonald and El Toro scored a 31. So Pablo's strategy may be, hey, let's make sure we get some bonus points.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but Pablo builds a great truck. He manufactures just about every part that's on this truck. He knows the limits he can push it to. If he thinks it can handle it for that 90 seconds, he'll get that big points in that 90, and he'll get more big points in bonus. And you know that, of course, that's what he's shooting for.
Oh, big air. He's trying to do. What he's got to do is combo up all these different things we've seen from these other drivers, which he's doing. Do them all and try to do them a little better and a little more on the ragged edge.
Here we go. You're looking for a combo. Nice combo move with a slap wheel. He gathers it back up.
You mentioned the race store shop in Texas that Pablo and Tina Huffaker run. They do everything so well, but where maybe they have become real leaders is in shock technology, chassis.
They're chassis and shock technology. There are two companies out there right now that are doing this. It's Patrick Engineering and Race Source Engineering. They are fabulous truck builders. That's why you Monster Jam fans are seeing the quality entertainment and outstanding freestyles like this one and the 10 before that you're seeing tonight.
Huffaker giving the Digger fans what they came to see, and that is the black and green wrecking machine all over San Diego. Sweet. Nicely done, and maybe not intentional, but that little kick of the back end, again, something different on the same kind of move. It's hard to separate yourself from this field.
Oh, man,
that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Unbelievable move as a final move from Pablo Hoffaker in the Gravedigger. You're right, Scott Douglas. That's how you do it.
Yeah, really had some tough trucks, went ahead of me. Them guys laid down, some pretty incredible runs. Awesome stuff. Big winners here tonight. You guys in San Diego.
Maybe no event on tour is more anticipated than the return to Orlando every year to the Citrus Bowl. This year's freestyle showed you why. Jeremy Slivko, one of the most impressive new youngsters we've seen in a long time. 20 years old, and he is so excited to come out here to Orlando.
What I look at is see if it's actually achievable and what's not, and save the what's not for last, because most definitely I'm going to try it. So there's a lot of doubles out there. I'm going to see what I can do. Hopefully I can make them into doubles.
You know, you really can tell he's grown up around the sport. He's studied the sport. He works on the trucks, and he's relishing this opportunity and looking at it out. Oh, my. And, you know, we talked about his dad, Andy, who came out here earlier and did a nice job in his performance, but Andy's now smiling now. Andy's playing on house money now because his kid is getting it done.
Well, and Andy has said that. He's dedicating it. He wants to run his truck, still loves to run his truck, but it's all about his son. He's putting his efforts into Jeremy Slivko, and it shows. And Jeremy is loving it, and he's living up to the expectations that his father has dreamt about for him.
Well, he's a natural. There's just no doubt about the fact that he is such a natural talent. He's jumped right in And, you know, he didn't go around and spend years on the small tours and work his way up. He's jumped right into these stadiums and done jobs like this and other events that we've seen him in.
Well, Scott, I hate to toot my own horn here, but, you know, we've said it for years and years here. What makes a great driver is a great mechanic, a great crew chief. This kid has been around. He's been in diapers, hauling around with his dad, working on these trucks since he could work on them. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the ramifications as to what's going to happen if he does this, what's going to happen if he does that, and it shows in the quality of his driving.
What a flow. I mean, he's got the concept of momentum and flow down. That's what's so sweet about this. He's added the big air, he's hit all the obstacles, but this has been, when you talk about grabbing somebody's attention, this has been the most exciting run we've seen. Into bonus time, MagnaFlow bonus time. Now,
oh man,
you're not supposed to back up, but the judges love this because the crowd
what is he doing here?
Yeah.
Hang on, kid. He wanted a double, he got it.
Goodness, the double is no problem for 20-year-old Jeremy Slifko.
You think he's excited? He's celebrating himself in that truck right there.
Poor Mike Vaughters is not going to get but about 90 seconds, well, 2 minutes actually in the hot seat.
Right.
Because Jeremy Slifko's headed that way. Look at these.
No, he's going to get 4 minutes. He's going to get 4 minutes.
In his 28th year, he's won 3 world championships, including a freestyle title way back in 2000. Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger. There you go, ragged edge right off the bat. And let me respond real quickly, Mark, as we go on board with Dennis here to the comments that Neil made. I'll do that in a minute. Let's go on board with him in a minute. Wow. You feel like what that leap felt like when you're on board, don't you?
Incredible. Certainly impressive. Watching that tachometer going up and down, turning between 7,000 and 9,000 RPM. Most impressive.
What I wanted to get to is Neil making the point that he was mad about the racing call. Dennis isn't happy either because Neil kind of got in his face, as you saw last week about it. And Dennis just said, wait a minute. I didn't do anything wrong. Don't be accusing me of this. So Dennis wants to throw it down and kind of settle Neil down a little bit. So the rivalry that Dennis and Tom have, yeah, it extends to the other parts of Team Gravedigger and Team Mintz as well.
Oh, absolutely. They're both equally as passionate about their team and their truck.
Final 10 for Anderson. He needs to finish big here and grab bonus points to get the victory here. And remember, if he can get into bonus time, that's where he can make hay, because remember Neil's problems late. Gravedigger still looks at 100%.
He's gonna slide it into bonus time, make certain he gets into that MagnaFlow exhaust bonus time, doing some donuts. He's got 30 more seconds to impress these bonus judges here, and he needs to get it. He's had great momentum so far, but he needs to get out there and hammer it big time.
Now, again, remember, we didn't break the score down in detail. Neil did get 3 bonus points, even though he struggled through his bonus time. Dennis is having the better bonus period.
Yeah, he is.
Neil may have been a little better in regulation, so we'll see how this all balances out. This is a tough one for the judges here. I guarantee that.
Well, Dennis has got equally as big an air. He needs to, you know, round this freestyle out with some great air, some interesting crossroads. Right here!
Yes!
Look at
yes!
this!
That's how you wrap it up.
Well, there you go.
That's the exclamation point on an amazing night in Orlando, and there's nobody sitting. Look at this place. Listen.
These fans love me, and I love them. And you know what? I'm going to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for every nut on, every shingle on my roof and every nut and bolt on my truck. Thank you guys for driving me to who I am today. It's a beautiful world out here in Monster Jam. We don't even worry about the economy. Look at the stands, they're full of people, man. What a break from life to come out here and spend the weekend with us. And I truly appreciate you guys to the bottom of my heart, man. I love my fans. I drive this truck for these guys and my crew. I'm out here getting all the limelight. Dustin Brown and Opie, these guys wrench on this truck all week long just to see me do this for you guys out here tonight.
The Best of Freestyle 2010 stays in the Deep South. Let's go to the Superdome in New Orleans for more awesome action. If you're a Cajun guy, you're running for a team that's owned in the New Orleans area, what flag are you going to fly on the back? That's right. You're going to fly the flag the Saints have been taking all over this year in the NFL. And Sean Duhon is on the track now in the Colt Energy Activator, letting it air out. Really hammered. It sounds good, doesn't it?
Brandon, his boss and team owner, spends some money on these trucks.
Brandon
he gives
Legard,
them good parts, good horsepower, and they've worked very, very hard as a team to make these shocks land perfectly like that.
It's a rare four-truck team in this business.
Which is hard to do.
They've also got the truck John Zimmer's Angelo Shock Therapy running, and of course they still have the Sudden Impact.
Right. They've got a lot of trucks rolling out there. They've got a good team, a great group of guys, good mechanics, good drivers. So they're making leaps and bounds in this industry for sure. Certainly making a name for themselves.
Well, we've seen Duhon in some other rides, but boy, he really looks good in this Colt Energy Activator. He's taking it down inside the final 30 seconds of regulation time. You can tell he's hitting the hammer, and that thing's holding up good for him. Sounds sweet.
He's going to take this one out big. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought he had a problem with his rear steering, wouldn't center.
Final 10 seconds, and just from somebody sitting in the booth, he needs to make this last hit a big one before the 90-second judges turn their scorecards in. That's one of the obstacles you can go for. And indeed, he will now go into MagnaFlow bonus time, trying to grab some extra points. Looking good, sounding strong. And there's the big air. Yep.
Uh-oh.
And he blew the tire off the beat.
Another problem. When you land so hard like that with that kind of speed, Scott, you're going to have a problem with the bead of that tire unless you've got a set of bead locks on there. But it's not going to stop him here. Sean's going to keep on going.
Going to get what he can out of it. That comes in bonus time. It was a huge leap, and would figure that the bonus judge will be impressed, whether it's impressed enough to make a difference in how he ends up stacking up in our final standings. The youngest world champion in the history of this sport, 2008 Freestyle Champion of the World, Adam Anderson and Taz. He's always going to come out and hit something pretty big right off the bat. Scott Douglas, Mark Schrader, and of course, thousands and thousands of our closest friends here in Cajun country. Oh, now that, see, Cam went over it with the back wheels, kind of got the bottom of it. Adam said, I'm going right through it.
He just went through it.
The motorhome is now in a million pieces. And when you do that, by the way, just so the fans know, Mark, that fills the cab often with little pieces of the motorhome. Sometimes you're trying to knock that stuff off of you while you're driving.
Well, Adam and Taz right there was the first successful truck to come over that ramp and not land on it sideways and knock off a bead of a wheel or end over end roll over.
And that's got to impress the judges. It shows you just how well his team has this truck working. And again, not to keep beating this point that we do get to a lot, but Adam can work on his own stuff. Adam knows what to tell him and how to set it up so it's the way he wants it. So he and his team are able to stay together and get it exactly what Adam wants. Wow.
How about that for an onboard shot? I feel bad for the cameraman.
I feel bad for Candace Jolly because I'm
yeah,
afraid
she's not gonna be there long.
I'm afraid that Adam Anderson is showing everybody how he won that world championship in 2008.
Well, when this kid can make his truck hold together, he can rock the house wherever he's at. And this is proof of it right here.
Another cross-thread move. Well, let's try something different. But he's going into MagnaFlow bonus time. Now, he does need some bonus points just to try to get past Candace. Otherwise, he'd have to almost be perfect for the first 90 seconds. And I don't think he's going to get any 10s. I think he's going to get high scores. So, bonus time critical. He needs some bonus points. And that'll help him get one or two.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
How about that cross-thread move there?
You know, that looks so easy on television, and that's not.
Not easy. Not a bit.
Look at the speed he's carrying. Much more than anybody else. Wow. Cross-thread from obstacle to obstacle. Adam Anderson rocking the house.
You know, normally you go from the little jump to the big jump on a cross-thread. He went from the big jump to the little jump. Much harder to do.
Adam Anderson and Taz putting on a show that the fans in New Orleans are loving. Now, he has filled the clock. He's filled bonus time. All the scores are in. We'll see him in a minute. But this is typical Adam. He's going to keep doing this, and this is just what we call bonus for the fans. And, you know, what he's looking for is there. Charlie Pauken is coming out in Gravedigger. The problem, though, remember, Pauken had some engine problems that cost him in racing. His crew's been working on it. This is not good.
That motor shut off.
You got it restarted, but that's not good because they didn't freeze the clock until they find out that there's a problem. That was just the truck. He was not shut down by the officials.
Nope. Oh, nice there. Nice
here. Here we go, though. Here we go. Now Charlie doing his thing. Adam Anderson's got the lead, but I know he's on the edge of the hot seat because he knows Charlie Pauken is one of the best who's ever played this game.
On top of the fact he's a little irritated he didn't win racing today because he had problems with the truck.
Shut down again. Shut down again.
Yeah, he's got some electrical problems.
This just destroys your flow and hurts you with the. I think he's done.
He's been shut off.
And the winner, Adam Anderson, who wins it in tag.
Chuck went out. He had electrical problems before he went out. He was struggling with it. He thought it was going to bite him, and it did. It's unfortunate because I love to see Chuck drive, put on a great show, but to be able to take the win tonight here in New Orleans, that's the way it's got to be.
Our second visit to the state of Arizona in 2010 for the Best of Freestyle takes us to Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Once again, a huge crowd on hand, the biggest obstacles and the greatest names ready to see how high, how far, and how spectacular they could get. Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter rolls onto the track. You can see we're going to go on board with Jimmy during his attempt to try and take home one of the most coveted and hardest to win pieces in the sport, a double down trophy from a major state.
Well, and the bad thing about that shot you saw right there is he rounded the corner, he saw his wife's truck piled up in the corner with a broken front end on it, so now he's going to go out there and freestyle it big time looking for that double down.
You're watching Jimmy Cretin, a former world freestyle champion on the track. Look at the
man, oh man.
You know, this is what you get when you live it live and you want to know where upcoming events are, get your tickets and a whole lot more. You go to monsterjam.com. And that includes getting tickets to the next NGK Spark Plugs World Finals. But let's go on board with Jimmy. You know what I loved about that shot? That feeling of the suspension in the air like that. To hang in the air like that, you could see it from the outside, but from the inside of the truck, that's like, wow.
Scott, one of the things I've noticed right away with Jimmy Cretin with this run, his speed is faster than anybody that's come out so far tonight. Look at this right front. Look at this camera angle with the throttle rhythm. He is just chasing that throttle pedal like crazy.
Wow. You really can hear and feel what we always talk about, the big horsepower that Jimmy's trucks make.
Well, I was going to make a comment about that. You look right over the steering wheel, look at that tachometer. It's turning like 5,500 RPM because he doesn't need to work that motor that hard for freestyle to get that big air. He's got such big torque. Hang on, Cretin. Wow.
Nice way to start MagnaFlow bonus time. You impress the three judges as you wrap it up, and you impress the bonus judge. Look at this. Hey.
Oh, my.
He didn't win the World Freestyle Championship on a fluke. He's almost won it other times. This guy can go.
He wants that double down trophy, doesn't he? That was nice.
And like we talked about earlier with John Seasock, Jimmy has always been a thinking man's freestyler. He's going to show you stuff nobody else shows you.
Scott, he's got problems already, buddy.
What's that?
That right front tire on Cretin's truck is wobbling around. He's got issues already.
The same tire that broke off of his other truck, the Iron Outlaw, at the end of Don Cretin's run.
Yeah, he's got problems already. Something's up with that right front on that truck.
Ooh, that hit kind of hard. This truck is probably about done. Yeah, he's about done.
Oh, my.
You can't drive it when one wheel's going pointed toward the other.
Or passing you up.
Yeah. Brake Christensen in his new ride for the new year. He is now behind the wheel of Donkey Kong. Of course, Frank Kreml did such a great job with this truck, kind of putting it on the map. Frank then hired by the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder team to run as Lindsey Wink's teammate. As soon as this ride opened up, Craig Christensen said, I'm there, man.
Check this out. He got a little close to the barricades there. The officials shut him off. Now, you've always said they stop the time clock there so that he gets the okay from the officials, fire back up and run again.
The only thing, though, Mark, about that is, and I've never been able to really, research how it affects it, but it just feels, oh, look at this air. But it just feels like that loss of momentum can cost you points-wise with the judges.
The judges need to be impartial. That's why we use the word judge, so they need to be impartial, erase that from their mind, and by going out there and doing that huge air jump right there, maybe that'll help erase that from their mind. That was awesome right there that Craig just did.
Craig Christensen, who has kind of been a journeyman of late, if you want to use that term. I don't think we've ever used it in this sport.
Man!
But wow, you can tell why he keeps getting high-profile rides. Drove the second Maximum Destruction truck for Tom Mentz last year. Neil Elliott comes back, so he was out of a ride there, and boy, he sure landed in a great piece like Donkey Kong.
Oh my, I haven't seen Craig drive like this ever. He's loving this Donkey Kong.
He struggled so much in Max D at times last year. I don't think I've seen him have this much fun in a long time. I mean, there's a lot of pressure as part of Tom Mentz's team, and he looks like it's all the weights lifted off of him. Let her rip, Look at this.
Oh my, over the step up.
Donkey Kong has just showed up on the radar at Phoenix International Airport. What a leap. Listen to these fans, they're going nuts. And he's still got time. He is into MagnaFlow bonus time.
Yeah, he's broken though. He's broke. Look at that part hanging down the front. That's the front sway bar of the front end of that truck, which keeps the body roll to a minimum.
Congratulations. I tell everybody every week out, that is one of the most aggressive guys ever in the seat of a truck. You proved it tonight. You showed these youngsters what freestyle's all about.
Well, absolutely, but you know what? It goes to a great team. I'm teamed up with Rod Schmidt with Gravedigger. I'm teamed up with my own son, Michael. This is the first year he's worked for Feld Motorsports, and it just happened to work out that he come in and crewed for me. We got Mason, we got Randall. You know what? They're all a great team. They're young, they're learning, but you know what? It's all about the fans. Every time I get in that truck, I close my eyes and put it flat on the floor, and I perform for each and every one of you fans. And you know what? This win isn't for me. It's for the entire family. Not only my personal family, but my entire Monster Jam family.
Year in and year out, fans expect some of the greatest freestyles of the year on the huge floor at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, Missouri. And in 2010, they were not disappointed. We're going to look at the best of St. Louis. But right now, you get to watch the current World Freestyle Champion. And Damon Bradshaw comes out strong. Look at that.
Oh, man. That took some chutzpah right there. Put it up on the tail lights. Knows he's in line with the camera. He's like, the heck with it. I'm going to hit it. It's just the bottom of the truck. No big deal.
Former legend in the world of Supercross and kind of just seemed to vanish for about 10 years. Next thing you know, he's got himself a Monster Jam machine, got a deal put together, has been a perfect fit with the U.S. Air Force Afterburner team, won the Rookie of the Year title in 07, and then in 2009 became the World Freestyle Champion.
And he's crossed over a lot of his Supercross days. If you look, see right there how he taps the brake in midair. You'll see those tires stop rotating so he can create an attitude for that truck. And he better settle himself down because that truck's got an attitude that he needs to settle down. Right there, see what I mean? How he stops the tires in midair to get that truck to take a set the way he wants it. Came from a Supercross days. Pretty cool.
Thought he was over. I'm still trying.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought he was gone. You know, Damon has so much natural talent, but he's also astute. He studies. He soaks up. He's like a sponge when he gets around Tom Mentz or Dennis Anderson. Right. And they've been good with their time with him. And, and they've done everything they can, but man, he soaks it up when he talks to the guys. And he's obviously made it pay off with a world championship already. And frankly, as he goes into MagnaFlow bonus time with a chance to knock Randy Brown out of the hot seat, he has made himself a player. But I think he needs to be big in bonus time if he's going to take the lead.
Yeah, he does.
He's in the game, though. He's in the conversation.
I think this is going to be part of the game right here, man. That was pretty.
Can't
that
do it
was
any
sweet.
better.
No, smooth, very nice, good length, looking good, Damon.
Boy, he really has learned flow and combinations and rolling from one move to the next. Look at this. He's,
up the step up.
Yeah, but he's going with a head of steam. That was outstanding. Wow, what a performance by the reigning world champion, Damon Bradshaw, and it's cross-thread time.
He's looking for it.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Phenomenal. There's an exclamation point, and that was just as the bonus time was running out.
He's liking that. That was a sweet move. Nice move, Damon Bradshaw. Well done.
Here's a little Scott Douglas prediction for you. If he gets the lead, he took it in bonus time. I'm not sure he got more regulation points than Randy Brown, but he was close, but I'll bet he got more bonus. That was a phenomenal final 30 seconds. And listen, the place is standing. It's a standing O for the world champion. Tom feels like he's built this place. He has been unbelievable here over the years. So earlier, we got a chance to talk to Tom about freestyling in St. Louis.
The bigger, the better. I love it. I really enjoy seeing a huge down ramp for some of these jumps. A lot of neat places to make some awesome combinations. I want to go out there. If this truck will hold together, I'll just run it till it's dead.
He's the guy who came up with it, go big or go home, and he doesn't like go home.
No, he ain't going home. He's close to home, and it's an easy drive.
Look
He's going
at that.
big here.
Wow. Of his 8 world championships, 4 of them have come in freestyle. Of course, his most recent one is the fact that he is the reigning racing champion.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
Unreal.
He set it down.
The brakes.
All right, first off, how did he set it down? Secondly, how is it not broken? They're going to let him refire.
And he's like, come on, let's go. Jack me up, let's go.
They froze the clock like they do with everybody because they had to use the remote ignition interrupter to stop him when he got that close to the out of bounds. Now he can go again.
And lines right back up for the long double. Talk about smooth. That's what he's talking about. That nice, sweet, long, sweeping down ramp. He can get that huge, long, sick air. That's what Tom loves.
Well, and the best performances tonight, Cretan's and Randy Brown's, they've all been able to do that.
Oh, my.
But actually, I think Tom's had more elevation and more down.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Damon was close, but I mean, look at the air. This is unbelievable.
Not anymore.
Now, that's some serious elevation, Holmes.
You have been dying to say that, pick it.
The way these guys are up in the air, I mean, the hang time here, the height they are off the ground is blowing me away. He's
crazy.
in the Magnaflow bonus
He's
time.
in bonus time with a flat tire on the right front. Big deal. He's still got 3 more to flatten up. Hang on. It's going to get crazy.
Let's remember now, Damon Bradshaw got 4 of a possible 5 points in bonus time. And